Hi, it's Kim from Sparkling Soul Yoga. Thanks so much for joining me for your practice today. This is a balancing practice. For this, we'll call it balancing practice level 1. So we'll stay on the ground for our balancing. We're not going to worry about leaning against a wall or standing up. But there are lots of ways that we can improve our balance and practice our balancing from the ground. So coming into an upright position that works in your body, taking a moment to arrive, connecting to your breath, connecting to your body, starting with 3 breaths to ground us, to bring us onto our mat and into our practice. Hands might remain on your knees, they might come to heart center, or if you would like, you can add your arms in on an inhale, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, bringing hands through heart center, maybe using some of your core. And again, inhale. What I mean by that is on the exhale, just gently drawing that belly button in, or maybe your lower abdominals in. One more time, inhale. And when we talk about balancing in this practice today, exhale. We'll be balancing with the body, our physical body. And as always, our yoga practice helps us to balance our mind and our mental capacities, but mainly it'll be our physical capacities today. So taking those hands back down onto your knees, if they were anywhere else, noticing the parts of your body that are touching the earth right now. Noticing the parts of your body that are touching other parts on your body or within your body. And then noticing how the breath moves your body. Because when we know where our body is in space, also known as proprioception, that also helps us with our balance. So maybe picking up your left fingers, placing them down on your hands, or on your knees, picking up your right fingers, placing them back down on your knees. Maybe connecting, maybe wiggling a little bit, connecting with your tailbone, which is either sitting in a chair or is on the ground. And then noticing how the breath moves your body. Which also helps or impacts our balance, our breath. And then gently making your way into a tabletop pose. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, checking in with your hands, checking in with your knees. Tops of your feet might be flat to the floor, or maybe the toes are tucked, working out where is best for you today with this balancing. Tucking your chin slightly, pushing the ground away. Checking in with those fingers, pressing them into the earth. And then untuck your toes if they're tucked, pressing the tops of your feet into the earth. Pushing the ground away, engaging your arms, engaging your upper back, maybe drawing belly button towards the spine. Building up core strength here. Using all our muscles, so turning our muscles on. Can you feel your muscles working in your arms? I can. Can you feel your muscles working in your legs? And then gently letting that go, coming into child's pose. Take a breath in, sigh it out. Always remembering that child's pose is a pose that you can come back to throughout your practice. If any of the poses don't feel right today that I suggest, or any other restorative pose that works best. Walking those hands over to your left, getting a stretch through the right hand side of the body. Walking your hands through center and over to the other side. Walking your hands back through to center, then drawing yourself up into tabletop pose. Maybe taking those knees a little bit closer towards each other, creating a stable base. Tucking your feet or your toes and then extending your right leg out behind you. Now toes may be connected to the earth. We're pressing into our hands. We're engaging our right leg. We're drawing our chin slightly in towards our chest so there's length through the whole of our spine. And then we can stay here, or maybe that right leg is lifted. Checking in with how the body feels. And then if you would like, you might like to take your opposite arm to your opposite leg, lifting that left arm up in line with your left ear. Practicing our balancing, pressing into that right hand, growing strong, engaging our muscles in our right leg and our left arm and all the way down our spine. And then gently placing that hand and knee back into the earth. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine into cat. Chin draws towards your chest. And again, inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine. Coming back into a neutral tabletop and then extending that left leg out behind you. Maybe your left toes stay connected to the earth, engaging that left leg, pressing into your hands, using your chest and your upper back and the muscles in your arms. Or maybe you can lift your left leg up, knowing that building balance is a practice. So today our toe might be connected to the earth, and then if you're practicing a couple more times, maybe we'll eventually lift our leg up. And then either staying here, or you might like to take your right arm out in line with your right ear. And knowing that one side may be very different to the other. It's the beauty of being human. Just observing the differences, maybe with a little bit of curiosity, going, maybe one side is more dominant than the other. And then bringing everything back down to your mat. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine. And again, inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine. Coming back into a tabletop pose, and then either staying here or maybe tucking your toes and gently hovering your knees off the earth. This is actually called balancing tabletop. Once again, building strength in our arms, using our core. We're also engaging our legs and our sense of humor. What a good idea it was to do this today. And then gently placing those knees down on the earth, untuck your toes, sit your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. Take a breath in, side out. Drawing yourself back into tabletop pose, tucking those toes, extending that right leg out behind you once again. And then drawing that knee in towards your chest and placing your right foot near your right hand. So your right knee is in line with your right ankle. Fingertips might stay on the earth. You might have to stay here, and this is perfectly acceptable. It's a great spot for you. Otherwise, your hands might come to your knee, or they might come to your heart, or they might reach for the sky. Pressing into that right foot, drawing those lower abdominals in. Arms are active. Maybe the corners of your mouth are turned up as well. Noticing how that front foot stabilizes the body, and also your back foot too, with your toes tucked. Legs are active, building up strength. Building up awareness within your front foot. Can you feel your ankle working? And then bringing those hands down to your mat. Keep your left hand on the ground. Maybe take that right arm towards the sky. Belly rests on the inside of your right leg. Maybe gazing towards your right hand, or maybe your gaze comes towards your left. Noticing your left hand pressing into your mat. Noticing your right foot pressing into your mat. Feeling your left knee pressing into your mat. Bringing that right hand back down to your mat. Right knee comes underneath your right hip. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze, cow pose. Exhale, rounding your spine into cat. Coming back into a tabletop position. Extending that left leg out behind you. And then drawing that knee in towards your chest. Then left foot meets your left hand. Left knee in line with your left ankle. Option 1, fingertips on the earth or on a block. Pressing into that left foot. Maybe hands come to your knee. Maybe they arrive at heart center. Or maybe arms reach for the sky. Notice what you notice. Your left foot pressing into the mat. Toes of your right foot are pressing into the mat. Your right knee is engaged with the earth. Shoulders drawing down. Drawing those lower abdominals in. Hands come down to the earth. Right hand stays on the ground. Left arm finds the sky. Looking at that left hand, reaching maybe for the ceiling. Gazing at its position in space. Or maybe you're looking at your left hand pressing into your mat. Maybe you can see, your right hand. Maybe you can see your left foot. Hands come down to your mat. Left knee comes underneath your left hip. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine. Coming back into neutral. Maybe drawing those knees a little bit closer together. Extending that right leg out again once again. Taking that right leg over to the left-hand side of the body, look over your left shoulder, placing those toes on the ground, maybe rocking back and forth. Noticing your muscles working, maybe it's your calf getting a nice stretch, fingertips are still active. And then taking that right leg all the way out in line with your right hip. Left toes are tucked, sit your hips back towards your heel, half child's pose. And then coming all the way up into gate pose. Now this might be where you stay, right hand down your right leg, or maybe your left arm can reach over your left ear. Noticing the parts of your body that are touching the earth right now. And then coming all the way through center, left hand finds the ground, right arm reaches up and over your head. Using our core, inhale through center, right hand down your right leg, left arm up and over. Coming through center, left hand finds the ground, right arm finds the sky. Gazing once again, maybe to your right hand or maybe it's your left. Staying here, or can you lift your right leg up off the earth? This time it's right leg and right hand that are lifted. Placing everything back down, coming back into tabletop pose. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine. Coming back into tabletop pose, extending that left leg out behind you and then taking it over to the right hand side of the body. Look over your right shoulder. Then taking that left leg all the way out in line with your left hip, right toes are tucked, sit your hips back towards your heel, half child's pose. Then coming all the way up, left hand down your left leg, right arm up and over. Inhale through center, right hand finds the ground, left arm up and over your left ear. Inhale through center, left hand down your left leg, right arm up and over. Coming all the way back, right hand finds the ground, left arm finds the sky. Gazing towards that left arm, reaching, or maybe it's your right hand pressing into the earth. And then you might like to see if you can lift your left leg up. Your left leg and your left hand are lifted. So your right hand and your right knee are connected to the earth. And then placing everything back down on the ground. Coming back into tabletop pose. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, rounding your spine. Untuck your toes, sit your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. And then coming to take a seat, coming back to where we started. Noticing how it feels within your body. Take a moment. I'll wait for the plane. The joy of practicing outside. taking a moment to feel the effects of the practice within your body today, and taking a moment in gratitude to yourself for showing up today, doing something today that will impact your tomorrow positively, and then always remembering to come back to the video because yoga is a practice. I hope to see you again soon. Taking a collective inhale, taking a collective exhale. Knowing you are not traveling on this journey alone. Until I see you again, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart, from my heart to yours. Thank you.